Are we live? Hey everyone, how are we doing out in the koi world? Yeah, it's been a bit of a nuts couple of weeks, really. Hope everyone's well. Ricky is in Japan as we speak, and yeah, it's been a rather eventful few weeks for myself. Yeah, I fell a little bit ill probably about 3.5 weeks ago, and was in and out of hospital a little bit. And yeah, it turns out I had quite a few clots on both of my lungs, which has been quite debilitating, and obviously having to recoup a little bit, which has been quite frustrating. But obviously, got to listen to the doctors, and got a young family and a wife. So yeah, got to do the right thing, listen to my body for once. So yeah, it's been a tricky few weeks, sort of logistically liaising with the farm. Yeah, trying to do everything remotely is not that easy when you're dealing with livestock. So yeah, it's been an interesting few weeks, let's put it that way. But Rick's having a pretty bonkers time in Japan. Funny old time of year in Japan. Obviously, they're getting ready for the major harvest with the bigger fish, but a lot of Tosai harvests going on at the moment, and some pretty exceptional results from what I've seen thus far. So we touch base every day. Obviously, with the time difference, it's been a bit tricky. So either early or late sort of calls. So yeah, no, it's all good. So that is why, yeah, that's a few people sort of saying, where's the content been? What have we been doing? Just not had the manpower to do it, to be honest with you. With Ricky being away and me sort of being not at the farm. So yeah, apologies for that. But yeah, we're back on, and we're going to try something a little bit different tonight. So this concept was born out of how the Japanese do a lot of their auctions or sales events. So you'll have a fish with a fixed price, and you basically stick your name down on that fish. Now, there might be one person that sticks their name down on that fish, they get the fish. But if there's multiples, then the process goes by, yeah, sort of a lucky dip kind of style selection. So we've kind of done our own sort of twist on this. So all the fish you're going to see tonight are fixed prices. There's no added fees. What you see is what you will pay. And just to add another dynamic to it, we're also going to ship direct to you guys. So the payments will still go through the dealers. But if the fish is marked up at £100, that's what you pay. Obviously, if you want delivery, that is an additional, I think it's about 25 quid for delivery, of which you can have sort of multiple fish within one box. So few changes tonight. The price that you see on the fish is the price that you pay. That's included of any fees, any VAT, etc. We're going to do a mock version. So I'm just seeing quite a few comments come through. We're going to do a mock version of how it's going to work. So, for example, the first fish that we put on, I'll walk you all through it. You will say if you're in, as in you want to be in the mix to win that fish. You simply just put in the comments. Simple as that. We'll then talk about the fish, do the usual appraisals for a few minutes, and then yeah, we'll do what we sort of called the spinny wheel sort of thing. If you followed us on Koi Talk, we've done that a few times. So we've mocked one up. So then if you can bring it up for me, Steve, on screen. There we go. Check that out. All the fancy mod cons. So let's, for argument's sake, say that 4 people, funny enough, 4 people that all work for Koi Wholesale are interested in the fish. We will enter their names into the spinny wheel. Once we're satisfied that everyone's that wants to be involved is involved, we will spin the wheel. Check that out. We've even got sound effects. Oh, fantastic! I've won. So that's the concept, guys. So there we go. Just to make it completely transparent and above board. So just to clarify a few things, the price that you see is the price that you pay. Public, yeah, this is a public event. So the only thing you need to do, Craig, is put the payment through the dealer, and then we can liaise shipping with you directly, just to speed up the process. Because at this time of year, obviously the dealer's orders start to slow down a little bit. So just to expedite the process and try and speed everything up, we'll be looking to ship next week. So yeah, pretty quick turnaround. So we've listened to feedback from a lot of people. So yeah, this is just something that we're going to trial. I think we've got 8 fish tonight. I'll walk you through each fish. If people like it, if people enjoy it, then we'll look to expand on this and do something a little bit different. But yeah, we've priced the fish quite competitively tonight, just to make sure that we've got maximum sort of input. So yeah, less said about it. Let's start looking at the fish. So first up, Sakai fish from memory. There we go. 27 cm Sakai Fish Farm. This is Hiroshima Sakai, so the Sakai. 27 cm Tosai, not quite jumbo Tosai, but Tosai nonetheless. So this is a fixed price of £135. This is included of all your fees and VAT. So the only thing you might have on top of this, should you choose to have it delivered direct to you, is postage, which, like I said, is about 25 quid from memory. So yeah, if you are involved, simply put in the comments section, and then after a few minutes, if we've got enough people involved, we will be spinning that wheel. So if I'm sort of picturing this in a sort of retail environment, I'm sort of thinking around about 225, 250 kind of mark, with this sort of characteristic, super white skin, that classic sort of Sakai body, that head transition as well, really, really nice. Look how white it is. It's absolutely insane. The skin, yeah, phenomenal as always from Sakai. So this, get the video rolling. There we go. Real nice transition from the head, the Shirodi on the head to the body. That is one thing that I'm always dead keen to look at. It's not so important with young fish, admittedly, because it can be a case of skin sort of thickening, but you can really see sort of qualities coming through there. Nice pectorals as well. That's something that I am pretty awkward about, I must admit. I want the pecs displaying extremely nicely. I think it just displays the body of the fish and the harmony of that body line nicely. Growth wise, it's certainly no slouch. It's probably one of the bigger ones from this particular pond. Most of them were sort of in the realms of sort of 23 to 25, so nudging up a little bit bigger from this particular pond at sort of 27 cm. Yeah, just in general, just really nice quality, to be honest with you. Shiroji is probably one of those pigments that gets overlooked, but when it's in really good quality, it just makes everything else look that much better. So it improves the quality of the Benny, improves that contrast, and that's a word that we sort of don't hear too much about, but making sure that whether it's a fish with 2 colors, 1 color, 3 colors, that pigment is absolutely popping, and you get that when you have a high degree of contrast in the color. So yeah, for me, great little pond fish, to be honest with you, from Sakai. We're keeping an eye on like what's going on in the koi world. Excuse me. And yeah, we'll see like a few Sakai fish popping up left, right, and centre. And yeah, I think for this sort of price point is pretty nuts value, to be honest with you. I must admit. So also we can get this turned around pretty quickly. So we're looking for delivery next week, should anyone be involved. Great point there from Evo. I totally agree, mate. Totally agree with Evo there. Thank you, mate. Let's get that video playing one more time. Looks like we've got a couple of people involved in this one. I think at 135. It's a serious value going on there. So we'll just wait for the video to finish. There we go. So I'll hand it over to my colleague in the background now. Looks like we've got 2 people in to get us started. So this will give everyone an idea of how it's going to work. Looks like we've got Stuart and Ray, unless I'm mistaken. So we'll get that up on screen in a minute. Do the little twirly magic thing, and then yeah, we'll see who wins. There we are. No cheating. It's a cracking dorsal, Ian. Yeah. So yeah, if we can spin that wheel, Steve. There we go. Oh wow! Oh, real tease. Okay, so just about landed on Ray there. Fair play, Ray. Unlucky, Stuart. Yeah, so same thing applies at this point, then, guys. So that that obviously was a success for Ray there, Rachel. So same thing applies. Please email me with your details and your preferred dealer, and then they'll get that sorted out, and whether you require direct delivery as well. So we could just work out as and when. If you've got days for delivery, typically Wednesday to Friday are delivery days. We don't like doing anything over the weekend just in case anything goes wrong. And we certainly don't like doing anything on a Monday because it seems that the system has a massive backlog from cock-ups over the weekend. So from experience, we tend to go Wednesday to Thursday, guys. So just keep that in mind as well. So that's the first one done. On to the next one. Little Akawa fish. If I picked this one, here's a nice little plug. This is how smooth we are. If you've got your issue of Koi Talk, you'll see that I did a bit of a feature at the back of this issue about sort of head patterns, head styles, what they can bring to a fish. Maybe don't get drawn into them so much. Don't let it override the rest of the qualities of the fish, etc. I think it's quite a nice read. So yeah, we've got this Akawa Kahaku here, 26 cm. Yeah, real quirky sort of pattern. Nice adome at the back as well. One thing that you can't see, you probably see it a little bit more on the video, is the kiwa that's forming along the lateral side of the fish. Is really, really nice. Obviously, Akawa, bit of a powerhouse in the south of Japan. Yeah, not masses of dealers with Akawa fish, to be honest with you, but it is a farm that you can really land on some decent fish if you time it right for not a lot of money. So fixed price for this one, £99. No extra fees other than delivery should you require it. So let me get the video playing. So at this point, again, if you are in, simply put in the comment section in. Yeah, I can't really love a button-nosed Kahaku, I must admit. Especially when they get bigger as well and they sort of come up to feed. It's, yeah, I must admit I'm a little bit of a sucker for Kuchibeni button-nose style pattern. So, yeah, 99 quid, fixed price. If you're in, please let us know. If you're not feeling this style, then let us know as well. we're yeah, pretty open to any feedback. We're always trying to mix things up. I think the thing in Japan that they do quite well is the process of sort of buying fish is very important to them. So the experience behind it all, which is similar to us, really. We want to make it as engaging and as we could pretty much just stick these on a website if we wanted to, but we do these sort of little evenings just to have a bit of a chat, just to get a bit of a community going. So yeah, if anyone is in, please let us know. If you're not feeling it, let us know. If you think it's a good idea, let us know. If you're looking for any varieties, let us know. Any feedback is welcome. Just looking at a few of the, I had a few messages come in saying there's a little bit of a lag going on, which is always unfortunate. Something that we are working on behind the scenes, but currently this is the platform that we've got to work with. So I think we'll move on from this one. I think although we have got a lag, there's been enough time for people to sort of get involved if they wanted to. So we'll park this one for now. If anyone is interested in this one, then just let us know. I think if I was pricing this in a retail environment, it's a 150, 175 fish from Akawa. I don't think you're going to get too much change out of that sort of price point, to be honest with you. So let's get the next one up. Sakai Jumbatosai, 36 cm. So this is, yeah, probably quite a cluttered fish at the moment. You see that sumi really sort of just popping up in the top end of the skin, but Tajima forming in the fins. So this is going to be quite a highly contrasted fish. Lots of sumi coming up still to form, still to sort of thicken as well. We see it just behind that first dam there. You're going to get this sort of thick, inky style, famous Sakai sumi. So yeah, quite yeah, can't quite do to South Africa at the moment, Chris, but we're working on it. So yeah, body structure very good. See that width just behind the head, nice body line. So yeah, all in all, it's a pretty nice piece and far from the finished article. So Ash and Pippa, sorry, missed the start. Is this still the usual dealer fee? That to be added after. So no, Ash and Pippa, I'll probably keep reminding people of this along the way. So if I keep repeating myself, apologies, but obviously we've got people joining at different times. So this is fixed price. So 225 is the price you pay. That includes the any fees and VAT. The only thing you might have to add in addition is some shipping, which is about £25 a box, and we will be looking to ship directly next week. So yeah, let's get the video rolling on this. Obviously, if with a new concept like this, if anyone's not 100% sure about anything, then just shout, ask me any questions. See that sumi just on that sort of tail tube area there. That's going to fly in the not too distant future. These have recently come off food and heat, so obviously pigment wise we're still a little way off sort of that pop-in sort of style sumi that we expect with Sakai fish, Sakai Sanki, that's for sure. So nice body. Again, this particular pond is from the same lineage as the first Sakai one, but it physically was bigger fish. So although it's come from same age, you see the actual physical proportions and the size of the fish is much, much, much bigger. So yeah, this is what I would call a grower for sure. It's got the dimensions, physical dimensions to be a sizable fish. Again, in the sort of retail environment, sort of picturing this sort of around about the sort of 300, 325 mark. So yeah, I think Value wise, yeah, I know, having kept an eye on a lot of the guys that are selling Sakai fish, you ain't picking these fish for these sort of prices, guys. So for me, I think it's perhaps a little underwhelming at this point, a little bit cluttered. But again, once you see that sort of body mass improving, that's going to space out that second dan. That sumi is going to start popping up. And yeah, all in all, it's yeah, for this sort of price point, believe me, you are not standing pondside at Sakai picking up fish like this and shipping them, landing one fish for this sort of price. So it's actually something we're quite proud of achieving, to be honest with you. This is sort of fish that have been developing, growing for the past sort of 6 to 8 months. I don't think you could sort of ship and land fish for what we're creating at the moment at the farm. So looks like Alan's on his own on this one. So this makes it fairly easy. No point for a wheel on this one, Steve. Comes in at the last minute. Just reading some of the comments coming up. Yeah, fair comment there. So this was a little bit of a last minute concept. So I think what we'll do moving forward, as we previously have done, we'll list everything so you can sort of get an idea of everything. This was a bit more of a kind of last minute sort of thinking idea. So yeah, moving forward, definitely we'll be doing that. So yeah, not a problem. So we'll get the fish listed up, and yeah, you can have a browse the week before or the days before and decide whether it's something for you. So yeah, I think okay, yeah, thanks for the comments, guys. Again, don't feel that if you're sort of scratching your head and thinking I'm not quite getting this, then please just ask a question and I'll try and clear anything up for you. So this one's nice. I don't know, he's a few fish off of us, so no need for a wheel because I think it's going to be fairly one-sided. So yeah, we'll move on to the next one. If you could just follow the instructions. I know you know already, Alan, but just give me an email at chris@koi-wholesale.co.uk with your name, phone number, the preferred koi dealer you want to put the payment through, and then more importantly, whether you want direct delivery or not, so we can accommodate for that as well. Another thing to point out, with this sort of size, with these types of size fish, we can ship depending on the size, but for example, this type of size, yeah, I wouldn't really hesitate putting 2 or 3 in a box of this size, certainly smaller, even more, or if we need to add a second box, we will do. The fish are taken off food prior to shipping and isolated, so yeah, they're shipped in a very clean environment, ready for shipping. So yeah, I've just missed the Kaku. Have you any more? We do, Billy. Yeah, sorry, just getting quite a few messages come in as well, so trying to multitask. I'm sure my wife will tell you I'm not the best of that at the best of times. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's kind of it, Ian. So I think it protects everyone, doesn't it? I think we'll still do auctions at some points, maybe for the more unique pieces. But I think maybe this format might be more the base of things moving forward. Yeah, gives everyone a transparent, equal option on everything. So yeah, won't be for everyone, but yeah, it's quite common practice, or not common practice, but it's a similar style that you see in Japanese events. So yeah, basically you stick your name in the hat, and yeah, or the hat in inverted commas, and then yeah, if you're fortunate enough, the only drawback you have if you end up having your name pulled out like hundreds of times, it's quite costly. But as we're doing these fish one by one, you're going to know where you're at. So Yeah, this fish, yeah, the the left peck, as you look at it, don't worry about the lightness in the color, the difference in the color. I can assure you, this is just where we've been using a different bowl, and the flash on the camera has shadowed, sorry, has exposed that peck a little bit too much. But I've not been at the farm this week, so yeah, Joe's been working flat out to yeah, try and get everything done as best as possible. So yeah, the team have been really battering down the hatches and this week and the last couple of weeks. So, Colin, are you going to do other varieties than Go Sankey, Chris? Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So obviously, for those of you that follow the Koi Wholesale channel, you know that we've got an absolute stash of everything up there, and I mean everything. There's at the moment the big greenhouses are rammed with yeah quality and yeah variety. So moving forward, absolutely, we will be doing that. This is just a bit of a test the water kind of scenario tonight, just to see whether people got it. I mean, I think some concepts within the industry, we're quite familiar with them, we're quite used to it, and we just kind of accept, well, that's how the Japanese do it. But sometimes it doesn't, what's the word I'm looking for, transfer overseas. So we just thought we'd give this a bit of a go and see how we get on. So this particular fish, structure wise, really good. Pattern wise, although I try not to get too sucked into the pattern, yeah, I'm really loving this. I can just see what it's going to do with that body volume. You're going to have this sort of yeah, not or Inazuma sort of striking-esque kind of pattern. The important features within this are these little inroads of shiroji into that pattern. So again, as that sort of body mass increases, you're going to get more white ground appearing, and it's just going to transform a fish. Body line's very good. Size wise, yeah, sort of 33 cm from Sakai. Yeah, I mean, man alive, just, yeah, for 235 quid, it's just yeah, pretty nuts, I must admit. So let's get the video playing. Appreciate everyone that's sort of, even if the fish aren't to your taste tonight, appreciate everyone sort of giving us a bit of feedback. Yeah, skin is absolutely nuts. Again, sort of, I always try, having not been in retail for a little while, but obviously we do keep a close eye on what's going on in the world, the dealers and around the UK. Yeah, you don't get a lot for your money with Sakai, so to be able to offer fish like this at this price, yeah, he's yeah, it's pretty spectacular, to be honest with you. So yeah, all in all, I think that's a pretty good piece. Body line I quite like as well. It's just something that perhaps goes under the radar sometimes, not because people don't see it, just because you know maybe people are drawn into the pattern or the color. So yeah, I think with that in mind, I'm looking at this fish at that sort of price, and it's kind of the full package, to be honest with you. You can see the sort of skin quality in the video a little bit more. You just look at that Benny plate as well. It's just textbook. I mean, we've probably bored people to death by the analysis this batch of Sakai fish that we've had. I think I can't remember how many it was. It was in the thousands. It was a lot of fish, a lot of fish. We're now getting our way to like the top end pieces now. And yeah, they're just phenomenal. The structure of the fish, the frame of the fish is just, yeah, exceptional. I'm sort of picturing this fish 70, 75 cm in the right environment, and with that pattern style, that Benny plate, yeah, it's sort of 235 quid at this point. Yeah, that's a pretty good deal. So yeah, so yeah, lots of nice comments. Really appreciate the feedback. Obviously, again, if it's not for you, then we want to hear from you as well. Looks like we have to try and mix up varieties a little bit, which is fair enough. I thought that might be the case, but this was just what we had options on this week. So yeah, moving forward, we hear you loud and clear. We've got some pretty exciting bits to sort out early next week. So one last time, looks like Billy has got his wish for this one with a Kahaku. Nice Kiwa formation as well. Yeah, for me, yeah, what a fish. I don't think it's really. I mean, to be fair, I was looking on quite a well-known dealer's site just this morning at Sakai Fish by chance. Sort of lesser fish than what we are putting out here for yeah, sort of 395, 495 price point. So yeah, maybe it's just timing tonight. Maybe it's people. I think it was a fair comment earlier that when we can get this set up in advance and people can have a look at what's available. Yeah. Eddie, come on. None of these formats are for your wife. So, Colin Hurt in there as well. So we've got a couple of people in. I'll play the video one last time and then we'll get it rolling. Appreciate all the feedback again. Probably going over a lot of ground here. So for those of you that are joining a little bit later, the price is fixed. So this is inclusive of any fees and VAT. So this particular fish, you see 235. That's what you pay. The only thing you might have in addition is £25 delivery fee, and we are delivering direct as well just to speed up the process. So we'll be looking to send fish out next week. So we've got a fairly quick turnaround. These are pretty established fish out and in ambient temperature at the moment as well. So no issues sort of if you've got no issues with the fish coming from warm ponds, so to speak. So everything will be down on ambient temperature, ready to rock and roll, and we'll literally just liaise with you to sort out delivery. So looks like we've got 2 people involved in this one, Steve. If we can get that wheel spinning. So I think it's a fair assessment that people are sort of liking this format, which is nice to hear. Obviously, being the first one, there's always room for improvement. So I think, yeah, moving forward, we'll try and get everything listed way in advance. And then that'll give people a better idea of everything. So, yeah, if we get that wheel spinning, Steve. Billy. Fair play, Billy. Commiserations, Colin. Plenty more, so don't worry about that. Billy, if you can make sure you email me at chris@koi-wholesale.co.uk with your number, your preferred dealer, and whether you require direct delivery, and a potential day next week you will require delivery as well. So yeah, we need some sort. If anyone's got a cheesy sort of catchphrase we can use for me to sort of pitch to say to Steve, and yeah, let's get some up, and then we'll vote on the best one. What have we got next? Yeah, this fish. I know everything that I've said. Like, try not to get drawn in with the pattern, the head pattern, but geez, this fish is a little bit special. That sort of swirly head pattern is just absolutely nuts. But it's not just that; it's the benny plate and the intricacy of the pattern as well. Nice body, one of the larger from that batch of Kahaku. I'm sort of trying to picture this I had to pick is literally if I stick sort of another 20-25 cm on this fish, I think if that Benny ran a little bit further, it would be fetching some serious wonga. So some small sort of demerits in the pattern, but at this sort of price point, it's just a no-brainer. So we've got 150 quid on this one. It's actually an Akawa fish. So just to clarify that, it's from Akawa, not Sakai. Yeah, apologies for that. We just had a bit of a typo trying to pull everything together this morning. So the size and the price is correct. So again, for anyone that is joining us, 150 quid all in. That's including VAT, etc. The only additional fees you might have are delivery charges, which is about 25 quid ish. And we will be looking to ship direct to you as early as next week. So we're going to try and, that's one bit of feedback we've got, obviously, where we've been shipping to the dealers and then they're having to ship out to the customers, and then perhaps the dealers are busy and then this whole process breaks down. We're going to try and expedite that sort of process, because it's tricky, because although for you guys, we're not dealers, we're it's very difficult. We're full-time 7 days a week trying to supply the UK with fish, to try and track down individuals. It becomes quite difficult. We rely on the dealers to feed back the information to us as to when stuff needs to be shipped. So, but then the dealers are busy as well. We're sort of in a small business syndrome where sort of maybe things get lost in communication and whatnot. So we're going to try and step in and just speed that whole process up. So yeah, that's the logic behind that. And then people get their fish a lot quicker, and yeah, everyone's a lot happier. Oh, look at that. Just really quirky fish, isn't it? Nice bait. That sort of intricacy of that pattern. Lovely dorsal fin there as well. It's a shame Joe's not here. He'd be purring over that. Nice shirogi as well. And again, when that sort of colour, that shirogi on the head starts to thicken, you're going to get this crazy contrast head pattern, which it is doing already. When it came out of the grow-on ponds, there's a bit of a yellowish tinge to the head, and that sort of stuff never really bothers me, because I know the transition that the fish has been. They've been on food, they've been on colour food, they've been on heat, so it does take away from the shirogi. But now it's outside, it's come down on temperature, I fully expect that head to go as white as the shirogi on the body. And at that point, this is that word again, word of the night, that contrast in pigment is just going to be electric. So that's going to make that sort of that half face pattern even. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for, Paul. Yin yang, yin and yang. That's the one. Even more insane. So yeah, looks like we've got a couple of people in with this one. I know we've had a lot of. Have we got a couple, Steve? Looking at you now, or one? Oh, one. Okay, apologies. Let's play the video one more time. Actually, let me have a look at some of these comments. It's Chris's real deal. Steve, spin that wheel, quite like that, from Tom. That's some good ones, yeah. To do the deal, spin the wheel. Steve, spin the wheel. Let's see who lands the deal. Get Joe dressed up. Yeah, I like that. That's a definite. Yeah. No leotard. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Tom's one. What do we reckon? We'll put it on Facebook in the week, so we'll come up with some with a bit of a poll. But yeah, for tonight, we'll go with it's Chris's real deal. Steve spin that wheel, which is a bit lost on this one because yeah, Stuart's the only one in. So, but yeah, I think we'll play the video one last time. We've got a few more fish to go tonight. If not, Stuart's walking away with this one. Little rocket. And yeah, speaking to Neil, I don't know whether you heard the beginning of the show. We've had some issues. I've been off work, ill, in and out of hospital for the last few weeks, and Ricky's in Japan. So next week, hopefully, well, I say hopefully, everything's going to be back to normal, mate. So we'll get that all sorted for you. Not a problem. So yeah, Stuart's walking away with this one. So well done, Stuart. If you can let us know and send your details in, Chris at koi-wholesale.co.uk. I know you know the deal, but yeah, please let us know. And in addition, with this format, if you require direct delivery and any days that would suit you for delivery next week, that would be helpful. So we'll try and get, this is the first time we're doing this, so there's probably going to be a few tweaks, and we'll get some bits and pieces adjusted. So the format for everyone is more straightforward. But yeah, I think generally speaking, the feedback is positive. So yeah, much appreciated for that, guys. Yeah, body. 42 cm Sakai. It's just absolutely nuts. Absolutely insane. This is probably type of fish that with a killer pattern, it ain't going anywhere. It's staying at the farm. But nonetheless, just look at that body mass on this fish. Absolutely superb. Thickness of that peduncle. That is one thing. I had a few people messaging me, to be honest with you, saying, oh, well, I've seen this fish on another auction. I've seen this fish. I've seen this fish. For me, they're not even the same product. The body and the body volume and the body mass and the body style and the fish that we produce is exceptional. I've been in this industry a long, long time, and I'm seeing some fish going up for sale that, okay, they might be cheap, but honestly, they should not be for sale. They are so skinny, undernourished. What you're buying is an investment moving forward, not playing catch up because the fish hasn't been fed for 3, 4, 5, 6 months. So yeah, my opinion, sort of trying to compare one of our fish to a fish from the same breeder from a different dealer. Yeah, I will stand by my comments, to be honest with you, because body and conditioning of the fish is something that we take massively, massively seriously. Okay, we might need to improve certain bits and pieces, just the sheer speed of the business and how quickly and the amount of people that we need to facilitate. But yeah, in terms of the product, i.e. the koi, yeah, I don't like giving Ricky many compliments, as I'm sure you all know, but that boy can grow a fish. I've never seen, and I'm saying this reluctantly because it kills me to give him a compliment, but yeah, he can seriously grow a fish, and body is just one attribute that just absolutely excels. Absolutely excels. You can see it on this fish as well. All those Sakai traits coming through. Yeah, really, really super, super piece, for my opinion. 250 quid. That's insane. It really is. I've seen much, much, much lesser fish from the same farm. Yeah, I know it's going to sound like I'm a salesman, but I can't deny what I see. If I thought the fish was shit, I would say so. I get asked about other people's fish all the time, and that I will be impartial about it. If I don't think there's quality and I don't think there's value, yeah, you'll know about it. So for 250 quid, yeah, unbelievable price point. So yeah, let's get the video playing. That Benny pattern, that Benny quality as well. Yeah, Jason there, right pond, that's going to get huge. It's got all those Sakai attributes, isn't it? Those genetic strengths with the fish. That sashi just going to pull back over time. Sumi just starting to pop up now again. This is recently come out of being in a grow on pond. So I fully expect that sort of fleshy colour on the nose to whiten up. That's absolutely of no concern to me whatsoever. And you're going to get that break between the first and the second dan as well. So you're going to have this white, sort of fine white division between the first and the second dan. Sumi wise, I think you're going to find that this is just going to come on leaps and bounds. You can see the quality of the Sumi at that back peduncle area, and this is possibly where, like Ricky and myself, will get excited about a fish purely just based on one component. Like it was just that fish was like, wow, look at the power of that fish. Just look at even at that sort of size point, look how it possesses that mass, that aggressive sort of impression. Okay, pattern wise, there's probably fish with far more attractive patterns in the market, but you will not get it with this body style. And if you do, you're paying big money for it. So yeah, for me, this is a big fish in the making, excelling in size. Yeah, you just see the body mass throughout this fish. It is unsexed, but yeah, I'm not going to put my house on it, but attaining that sort of size in an unsexed pond, yeah, probably sort of lean towards being female, but that is no guarantee. So yeah, it didn't take much of a genius to work out that sort of 250 quid price is pretty cock on, to be honest with you. So for those of you that are joining us, yeah, we've got 250 quid fixed price on this. That includes any fees and VAT, and then you will also have a delivery charge of about 25 quid should you want direct delivery, of which we can arrange next week. So we've got a pretty quick turnaround on these now, which again, listening to people's feedback, we know that sometimes cause a bit of frustration when we're trying to liaise with the dealers and try to not add delivery charges for you. You know, it's dead money to everyone, but obviously we are also a farm. We need to get fish out, and obviously you guys want to take advantage of the fish, and I'm excited to receive the fish that you bought. So looks like we've got a few people on this one. Steve, if you want to get the wheel prepped, and then I'll play the video one last time. Yeah, I remember doing this pond, and as this fish come out, it was just like, oh yeah, just yeah, that body mass, exceptional. And I think moving forward, you're just going to see, yeah, little intricacies popping up with that Sumi style as well. So we've got a few people in. What comment did we go? Trying to find the catchphrase now, Steve. Let's go with Ian's one. Steve, spin the wheel. Let's see who lands a deal. I might have to wear a bow tie next week as well, just to, yeah. Okay, so we've got, looks like a YouTube name, that does. So RD Zialak, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Apologies if I'm not. Looks like a YouTube name. If you can make sure you follow the details along the bottom of the screen, email me at chris@koi-wholesale.co.uk. with your name, phone number, preferred koi dealer, and the reference number. In addition to this week, also let us know if you want direct delivery and any days that would suit you for delivery next week, either a Wednesday, a Thursday, or a Friday. Colin, yes, absolutely. I'm keeping half an eye on the time. Might have to have a word about these Wednesday nights. Oh no, we're doing all right. I should make kickoff. Just see a comment from Alan there as well. Okay, apologies, Alan. We are doing this live. Apologies for that, buddy. If you were in, just going through the comments. Yeah, apologies for that, Alan. Yeah, I see that there. Okay. Yeah, I wondered whether we thought that was for the previous one, but yeah, apologies for that, Alan. Yeah, that was a genuine mistake on our behalf. So yeah, sorry about that, mate. So penultimate fish tonight. Another Sakai fish, sort of this Sandan 3-step style pattern, 32 cn jumbo tosai. Yeah, I mean, it's got that sort of easy to read sort of big step, big fish sort of style pattern, big Maritan sort of down on the front of the fish. Nice snowy white skin, good body structure. Yeah, 250 quid at that sort of price point. Again, it's got that sort of body style that's going to carry it through to bigger sizes. I'm not getting dragged into football stuff right now. Maybe if we win, I will. So let's get the video playing on this one. I think the video does this a bit more justice from memory. It's that skin quality again. Nice bit of intricacy on the face as well. Just the way that sort of bedding sits nicely on the face. And you get that sort of nice gleaming shiroji popping up, moving forward, and it starts to match that sort of base colour on the body of the fish. Yeah, I think you're going to be left with yeah, quite an attractive, easy to read kind of fish for me. 250 quid. Again, this is a fixed price fish, so no additional fees other than some delivery if required. So if anyone is feeling this one, please let us know. I think we've got a show coming up this weekend as well, so if anyone's taking the trip down to the Southeast All England Koi Show, then yeah, let us know, or maybe let other people know, and you can have a little chin wag when you get to the show. I shan't be making it myself, I'm afraid. So yeah, if people are making that journey, hope you have a good one. It's always a great setup there, and the fact that it's indoors in those massive halls is yeah, quite cool. I must admit, I've exhibited there a few times, and yeah, it's yeah, nice day out, I think. So yeah, if you're making the effort, then yeah, I'm sure you'll have a good day. So yeah, right, I've got to pull that one up. Yeah, absolutely, Colin. Yeah. We'll move on to the final koi. Got something a little bit special for the last fish. Yeah, someone said to me, it's a Sankey. No, it's very much showa. This is sort of different style showa from what we expect to see from Issa. Sort of that sumi sat up in the skin. But what's going to happen with this one is you're going to get this sort of blocked kind of sumi appearing in spots sporadically, and then it's going to start to form. You can see at the back of the fish, this is exactly how that block of sumi started to form. These random little spots as tosai. and then yeah, it was quite heavy on food for a while in one of the grow on ponds, and then yeah, bang, all of a sudden it's yeah, starting to form. So you're going to get a lot of sumi development on this fish, which is obviously going to be an absolute game changer. You can see the body style on it, and then obviously you can also see that skin quality as well. So yeah, all in all, for that sort of price point, I think that's a bit of a weapon, to be honest with you. It's I mean, it is a fantastic farm, a fantastic shower producer, really is. Nisai wise, you don't get masses for your money. You know, let's not beat around the bush. It is difficult for dealers to pick up. For example, let's just say you wanted. This is the classic scenario. Let's just say you wanted a fish from Nisai of good quality. So you've got your price. That dealer will then have to sacrifice space in the box to ship fish back. So he's going to have to buy fish then at that point. Otherwise, you're going to have to absorb all the shipping costs, which on a box in this eye is going to be, I don't know, anywhere, depending on your shipping rate at the time, anywhere sort of 280 to 350 ish, give or take, depending on the weight of the box. So then you've got to obviously absorb all of that onto your one fish. So to be able to offer these fish out at that price alone, already in the country, landed, acclimatized, quarantined, etc. Yeah, is quite an achievement, to be honest with you. For those of you that sort of follow Issa Fish, then yeah, it's a bit of a feat, that is. So let's get the video playing. Yeah, no, that's a fair comment, Jason. This is obviously having had, oh, I don't know, it's a fish. I mean, I'd probably go back over a decade buying Issa Showa. So you sort of see traits and development styles which give you sort of ultimate confidence in what's going to happen moving forward. So for us, it's sort of I don't mean to come across as a bit flippant, but it's not a question of if, it's just when on a fish like this. Now it's outside in slightly cooler water, that sumi should start to compound a little bit more. Then I think sort of, you know, in 6 to 12 months time, you're going to have a rapidly different fish. You can see towards the left, this sort of grey pigment appearing on the tail tube. That's going to be quite significant because obviously you've got quite a big white area there, but you've got sumi actually coming up laterally along there, and it's all blocking together. So I think you're going to be left with quite a unique Kindai Showa moving forward. You see lots of sumi forming along that lateral line as well. Probably should have played that video a little bit sooner, to be fair. That skin quality as well. See that I was saying how that sumi is blocked together at the back as well. So you're going to see quite a rapid transition with this fish. See the Motoguru trying to form in the fins as well. Let's get that video playing again, because I think that does a lot more justice to the fish. That sort of skin quality as well. See that lateral style sumi just popping up. So for me, this is a bit of a killer fish. And then moving forward, I mean, you see that sumi at the back there as well. It's just going to be one of those fish that I think when you see it in 12 or 18 months' time, someone's just going to go, holy fuck, that's pretty wild. But obviously, it's the type of fish that if we were to keep, it's probably more not that it hasn't got qualities to keep, it's placement. Obviously, we always try and grow fish of a similar size. That is our mantra. Like if we're growing fish, we'll have a pond of 50 cm fish, for example. We don't want to put massive differences because you'll then get fish that get left behind or fish that become more dominant, and it then makes that exercise a little bit pointless from a commercial aspect. In a domestic setting, it's different. You know, you've not got multiple ponds to practice with. You know, at the farm, I think we've got 60, 70 odd ponds. So obviously we need to maximize everything that we do up there. So you see in the video as well, lots of sumi just sat very near the surface that you can't see on the gill plate, in the fins. So you're going to get this motoguru, this black in the fins forming. You're going to get quite a black face as well. Yeah, everything about it. I think even if it weren't from Issa, it would be quite an impressive fish. But the fact that it is from Issa as well, even more so. So yeah, lots of nice comments about that. Obviously, I'll try and do my best always to sort of give my experience and my take on all the fish. It's quite generally speaking, there's not too many breeders that I'm not familiar with, certainly that Ricky's not familiar with. And this is Kevin. So this is yeah, there you go, Jason. 450, Kevin. That is inclusive of VAT and fees. And then you might have additional delivery charge as well if you require direct delivery to yourself, which is about 25 quid, something like that. I think it is per box. So yeah, generally speaking, we've got a lot of breeders that we've got masses of familiarity and experience with, and it's this repetitive sort of, you soon find if we get onto something, it's not so much being a one-trick pony, it's just that the quality is undeniable, and you see it year in, year out, year in, year out. So we've just secured a load of Issa Tosai Showa for next year. Well, they're going to be shipping this year, actually. We've got about 600-700 pieces coming over. Now, that is quite an investment for the farm, because believe me, Issa Showa of the standard that we are purchasing are no giveaway. You know, these aren't cheap fish, but when you generate stuff like this, yeah, it seems like a sound investment. So yeah, we've got a couple of people in on this one, I believe, Steve. So I've forgotten the bloody catchphrases now. Yeah, it's when you're ready, Steve, spin the wheel. Play the video one last time. I think everyone's had ample opportunity. I've sort of bored everyone to death as well. And there's the little subject of Arsenal being in the Champions League tonight. Come on, you boys. Yeah, appreciate all the kind comments as well. I mean, I'm not really that active on social media or anything. I sort of keep myself to myself, but word gets around pretty quickly, because I have been sort of yeah, it's pretty bad to me. It's quite scary, the whole process, actually, of sort of getting rushed into hospital, staying in, and the pain was just, yeah, it was as if someone had stabbed me in the lungs, basically. That's the only way I could describe it. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a long recovery, but feeling much, much better than I was a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, no, thank you for the well wishing and the love, and yeah, I'll be back to my sprightly self in no time, I'm sure. And yeah, I had a really good care to the hospital, must admit. So yeah, big shout out to them. Not that they're going to be watching, but for what it's worth. Oh yeah, I always forget to do this. Good shout, Paul. That is something that I'm completely useless at. So yeah, like and subscribe, Facebook, YouTube. Yeah, you name it, all the channels that are on. I don't actually, someone else sorts it all out, but yeah, I know we're on TikTok, Steve. I don't know, are we? Maybe not yet. I don't know. We might have some. So yeah, follow. Just type in Koi Wholesale. We're everywhere. So yeah. So yeah, Mike W and Stuart Ward up for this one. So yeah, spin that wheel, baby. Stuart again with his second. So fair play, Stuart. I think you got a cracking fish there. Unlucky Mike. So Stuart, I know you know the deal, but if you could let me know details along the bottom of the screen. I think I'll just revisit. Steve, can you just pull up? Was it B that didn't sell from memory? Just for those people that are joining us a little bit later. B and G. Okay, so I'm not going to do this again, but just for those that are joining us a bit late on and perhaps are wondering what's going on tonight, if you're interested in this, then you can email me, chris@koi-wholesale.co.uk. This is available for 99 quid. I think that is a little bit of a ninja at that price point, I must admit. So if anyone is interested in that, then you can message me directly and we can get that sorted through one of our dealers for you. Again, delivery, we can arrange next week. So we're keen to ship the fish quickly. What has been holding things up historically is just trying to liaise with the dealers, trying to avoid delivery costs for you guys, and then perhaps the dealers not being ready for a delivery or vice versa. And it kind of drags on a little bit. So we're looking to speed that whole process up, which I'm sure everyone will be grateful for. So that's one that didn't sell tonight at 99 quid. I think that's a pretty cute little fish at 99 quid. And then we've got G as well. Sakai 3-step Kohaku 32 cm. Yeah, what's not to like, really? Sort of 250 quid. I don't think you're going to find much better value for that size Kohaku knocking around anytime soon. So yeah, if anyone is interested in those two fish, then you can just contact me directly. For those of you that have one fish tonight, if you could just make it clear when delivery might suit you. We're looking at a Wednesday to a Friday. I think probably given all the feedback, we are probably going to do... Oh, Phil, okay, no worries. If you could just make a note of that, please, Steve. Many thanks for that, Phil. So that just leaves G left if anyone is still here and listening. So I think we'll probably look at making this a bit more of a tighter format moving forward, getting some more info out to everyone and getting everything listed up online the week prior, so you can all have a little dabble and a little look at everything. So whether I'll have the capacity to turn it around for next week, I'm not sure. I will definitely do something next week. Whether I can get everything listed in time, I'm not too sure. So yeah, just bear with me on that. But we'll fair play, Paul. Fair play. Cheers, buddy. So that's all of them done. So I don't really do the Facebook stuff, but yeah, we'll let everyone know what's going to happen and how the format is going to evolve from this point. So yeah, thank you everyone for the kind feedback. It's much appreciated, and ultimately, we want to give the experience to you guys. Sometimes it can get a bit mundane, can't it? Sometimes, yeah, you just want a little bit of clarity. Sometimes you just want a bit of I don't know. We're here to try and keep things as interesting as possible. It might be that we mix it up one week or do something different. I don't know. But yeah, from the feedback, I think we'll do our best to continue this format, and yeah, we'll keep posted. I'm sure you are all off to go and watch the Arsenal game now. I know there's a lot of Arsenal fans out there. So yeah, we will. I think I'm back tomorrow, actually. I'm looking at Steve. I think I'm back. Am I on? Yeah, I'm getting a thumbs up. I'm back tomorrow doing a question time. Ricky is in the south of Japan at the moment, so he's not going to be able to make it. So if you've got any weird and wonderful questions for me tomorrow, then please tune in. I think I might have to do it at 6:30 tomorrow rather than 6 o'clock as normal, because my wife is working in Luton, so she won't be back until about 6 o'clock. So we'll put an update on social media, but I think it's probably going to be about 6:30 tomorrow. I am a bit more of the nerdy scientific one out of the two of us. Ricky is a bit more hammer and nails. I'm a little bit more pen and paper kind of guy. So yeah, maybe I might be able to put a different slant on things if you've got any questions for me tomorrow. So yeah, as always, thanks very much, guys. Really appreciate the feedback. And yeah, if you've got any questions, then feel free to message me, and I will see you tomorrow night, hopefully. Take care. Cheers, guys. Bye.